still talking about all that we have in Christ once we have become believers, ever since we entered into his kingdom, ever since we became the object of his prayers, intercession. The one more thing that we have now that we are in Christ, and let me just read Romans 5:2, one of the many beautiful things that has happened to us the moment that we believed. By whom, this is Jesus, by whom also we have access by faith into this grace, wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of God. So this verse depicts grace as like a field, like an area, and in which you can physically stand. And that place, grace is of course the place of God's favor. It's the place where God can pour out on us all that he desires to pour out on us in love, where he can impart to us, impart his spirit to us. He can actually enlighten the word. He can communicate his heart. He can have us grow. So grace is that area, that field, and in that field we stand. It doesn't say in that field we cower, in that field we hold on for dear life. It doesn't say in that field we're waiting and trembling if maybe we will be kicked out of there. But it says we stand and rejoice. Now, rejoicing is not an option for someone who's concerned about losing this position. Rejoicing is not an option for someone who is in constant fear of getting kicked out of this place. But we rejoice in hope of the glory of God. So meaning we are awaiting the full glory of God to come into our lives. We are rejoicing, awaiting God imparting his glory to us more and more in life, and eventually fully in the presence of Christ in 1 John 3:2, but that is not our theme. So then it uses this expression, this term, by whom also we have access by faith. So by faith we have access. By faith we have an open door. And when I read that word access, my mind immediately goes to IT, because as I grew up, I was intending on becoming a full-on nerd. But my life didn't go that way. I went with the Lord, but and he took me another way. But the access, it means that you have like the administrative privileges. It's someone who has special credentials. Okay, it's someone who has the credentials to enter into an area. He's not in there by accident. They are not allowed to do that thing. So when you have the administrative privileges, you can just do whatever you want, or you're a root user, whatever. But the point is that you have the ability to go in there. In other terms, let's say in government terms, you would have a special card that says you are belonging to such and such special agency, and there is nobody can say no to you. You basically have an open door all the way to the head of state, and at every door you just flash that credential, and they look at it and they're like, okay, sir or ma'am, go, and it's clear that you have the right to enter wherever you want to go, because you have that credential. And that's what it's talking about. Faith is your credential, and you, by that you have access. You have the ability to approach and to be standing in that place. Okay, so now let me read it again. By whom also we have access by faith. So this is from Jesus, of course, because we have faith in him. He has given us this access. He has given us this open door, the ability to enter. It's like in the ancient times, it was like the ability to enter into the presence of the king. If you read the book of Esther, you will know what I'm talking about. But the point is that we have this ability to enter. We're not standing in grace by some sort of accident. No, by Jesus we have this access. We have this privilege. We have the right credentials. We can stand there freely, and this is so powerful. And we are rejoicing. We're not living in fear of getting kicked out. No, we are rejoicing in this place because it is our place. We have the right credentials for it by faith in Jesus. God bless your day.